This is where I was forced to sleep last night, alongside a road. Now, in one of my previous videos where I got the ticket, you see I didn't have triangles out. And this is why we don't put triangles out. Because the length they want us to put the triangles out is at least 100 feet. This space right here could have been used for another driver that was also forced off of the road. So now I'm up, about to drive an 80,000 pound vehicle that's 14 foot tall around civilians, and I got maybe 3 hours of sleep. I'm groggy. I've got a headache because I'm stressed out and grind my teeth. Can't sleep on side of the road. And this is what y'all call public safety.
What's going on, Gypsy?
Doing all right? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. What happened to the poker Gypsy? He's just a Gypsy now, or what? What happened?
Nah, I just didn't feel like typing that much.
You know, for people that don't know, Poker Gypsy is a good friend. He's, I don't even want to say it for you, but like professional, like a poker player, professional truck driver, and gypsying around America, just hustling both. I mean, tell me what else I'm missing.
We got some big things in the works. So I also travel and I do podcasts. I've been doing podcasts and I sit down with lawyers and ex-police officers and ex-military and try to talk about issues of the country, try to help it. I just lined up a contract for that. But I have to get to Vegas and get in the studio and put a lot of works together, man. You know, it's hard doing trucking and poker, but we're going to make it happen. So hopefully, just get everything out to the people and make some changes in this country. If not, well, I'll probably be locked up or dead.
Oh my God! So I want to give you a shout out right away. So where can people watch this podcast? Throw out some social medias. I'll put links down below.
Action Junkies. If you just go to Google and you do hashtag Action Junkies, they'll be able to find everything. It's on YouTube. Pretty easy to find. It's a pretty big network. It's going to be even bigger pretty soon, but
it sounds like you're doing big things, brother. And for people that don't know, Poker Gypsy and myself, we've been talking throughout the years, and we're friends. And he sends me stuff when he thinks it's something that is just a little bit unfair to truck drivers. And so last night, I get a text from you saying, "Man, I'm in a weigh station right now. I'm getting kicked out of a weigh station," and then after you kind of calmed down a little bit and said, "Well, there are signs that said we can't park overnight." Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they did have signs posted. I did drive past the signs, but the whole point is we're in a parking crisis in America. And now you have to understand this is a 24-hour weigh station in Alabama. So think about the parking situation up north where it's crowded, right? Talking about New York, Jersey, you expect it to be crowded. But now we're in a place in the middle of nowhere and it's still having truck parking issues. So it's not a overcrowded citizen issue. It's a government not paying attention to it, because you've been posting about this for how long now? We just did a story about the bus crashing, right? And killing people. How many
That's
people
right.
How many more people have to die over this? It doesn't make no sense. And they have capability to fix the problem. The problem is they're not paying attention. Nobody's fixing it. Because in the videos I sent you, you see how empty the parking lot is.
That's what's crazy. So, I mean, walk us through this. So, I mean, there are signs. You're done for the night, right? And what, DOT officer or a weigh station officer or something like that knocks on your door? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, they knocked off my door. They said, "Hey, you gotta leave." And I said, "Hey, look, I don't have PC." Because PC is up to the carrier. So if the carrier doesn't want to give the truck drivers PC, they don't get PC. So what are you gonna do? Violate your clock and hope you're not pulled over for the next 2 weeks? But you covered this issue before. This is nothing new, and that's what I'm saying. They're just nobody's doing anything to fix it.
What? Tell me this, like, if there's open spaces, they're at a way station already. I mean, this is a place that seems like it should be the best place for a truck driver to stop for the night. You know,
Right, in a safe place, and it's a public funded property. As much as we get taxed, and now you're telling us we can't park on public property that we fund, it doesn't make any sense.
did he give you his reasons why you had to go besides it's the law?
Exactly, because his superior told him to. So basically, they'll only let you stay overnight there if you're put out of service. If you're put out of service, you can stay overnight. But if you have to get off the road for emergency or because your clock's going to run out.
I just want to bring this to people's attention that, this is for the American people that watch this. There's a lot of non-truck drivers, that watch the show too. And I just want to have these discussions to let people know that it's hard out here for truck drivers right now. And the reason why it's so hard for truck drivers is because, even when you're supposed to be able to park somewhere, even the government's against you on that. So it's a full situation that needs to change. And if it's not just the access, it's the regulation. And there needs to be a change, because if not, I mean, that's why there's situations like the Greyhound bus and crashing into semi trucks and not knowing if who's at fault. That's what irritates me. How do you not know who's at fault? It's the dang bus that just crashed into three truck drivers that were trying to sleep. That's who's at fault.
Right. But also I understand the other side of it, because some of these truck drivers park like idiots. So I sent you video footage of that also. But they're not doing nothing about that. However, meanwhile, when I'm parked in the middle of Louisiana, middle of nowhere on a side street, because I don't have my triangles out, even though only 2 cars have passed down the street in the past 8 hours, I still get a ticket. Because you know why?
Mm.
Because it's safety week and they need to drum up money.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
his.
deep issue. Yeah,
Oh,
we can get into that one.
uh-oh,
How come
uh-oh.
every time the government needs money, it takes it from the citizens? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, there's another hot topic that people like to talk about here is why is it that they always worry about the safety of truck drivers, but when there's an emergency like a tornado or a hurricane or a flood in a state, they say, you know what, truck drivers, don't worry about it. Drive 24 hours a day. Just get us our food and water. So when it makes
100%.
when it makes sense to be safe, then they want us to be safe. And when it doesn't make sense to be safe, they say, don't worry about it. You're all good. Don't you want to make more money?
I mean, another thing that makes me mad about truck driving, right? Let's say I'm driving through an empty space and I hit a stationary object. I'm at fault,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So if I'm also parked on side the road and I'm the stationary object and somebody hits me, I'm also at fault. What sense does that make? Like, let's think about this logically, right? If somebody crosses that solid white line, which is illegal anyway, and runs into the back of a 14-foot high, 80,000-pound vehicle, how much longer you think they're going to last in life anyway? I mean, it's just part of evolution. What do you want me to do about it?
Mm. Yeah, and that's why, I'm telling you, I'm seeing a lot of, that's why I'm seeing uh, a lot of these apps that are coming out now. I'm seeing a lot of these companies. These people, they've been telling me about this one. People have been telling me about one. It's called a truck parking club. And basically what these dudes do is it's almost like a Airbnb, but for truck parking. But it's
Right.
like, but now people got to jump on these apps to look for truck parking because the government won't even let you find a place to park that's safe. You know what I mean? And some people would, I would say, they would say, you know what, Gypsy, it's your fault because you didn't trip plan. Gypsy, why didn't you trip? Why didn't you know about them signs?
100%. No, I drove right past them, and I'm not gonna lie. So I do take some responsibility, but the point is, we're in a trucking parking crisis, right? And they've been knowing about this for 2 years or however long. They have the capability to fix it. They're not fixing it because one solution is get government funds together, buy land for truck parking. The fact is,
Mm,
they already have room for truck parking, and they're not utilizing it. They're doing nothing
mm.
about it, and people are just dying because of bad leadership.
Ooh.